Greetings, family. This is Abby Norm, broadcasting at you from, doesn't matter, anywhere. I guess I'm broadcasting at you from your computer. I hope you don't mind. I'm having a cigarette. And I want to talk to you about your health. No, I'm just messing around. What I really want to talk to y'all about, and don't let the word freak you out, scare you off. Faith. Let's tie faith in with imagination. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say what I'm tempted to believe. Beliefs are such sticky webs. You have to be careful which web you tread on. You might get stuck in the web of a predator playing with some of them beliefs. I digress. What I'm tempted to allow myself to believe is that we are living in a giant imagination. We are extensions of that imagination, and within this imagination, we also have the power to create. Now, you hear a lot about law of attraction, manifestation, this and that, but there seems to be some variables that are missing, at least they were in my conscious matrix, to help me to understand how to properly manifest. Time, place, and condition. If your manifestations are going against those three, time, place, and condition, you have a mental disorder. You are not capable of seeing what's right in front of you. I know, because that's been my life. That's why I'm 32 years old. And I haven't accomplished a lot of the things I set out to do because my thoughts were not based on a foundation of reality. Now, here's the funny thing about reality is it's very wiggly. It's definitely not as it seems. So, how to discern what's real, and what's not. That I don't know. That's what I'm working on. Where I'm being pushed to personally is a giant leap of faith. That the beliefs I held for a long time are imposed viewpoints that I adopted from probably family, school, whatever it is, whatever doctrines we've been fed full of to make us conforming functional members of the system. If you're not a conforming functional member of the system, they give you behavioral drugs. If they can't control you with those, they'll marginalize you some way or another by locking you up or casting you out because your number is not generating enough numbers. Or various other reasons. Anyway, that's not the point. So, the thing is here in the West, I don't know about in the East or anywhere else, we seem to have a very scientific mind state. Proof. I want proof. Give me something, show me something, write it down on paper, give me a formula. Can you prove it? You can't prove faith. You have it or you don't. And you don't even have it if you have it. You're tapped into it. It's not yours to have. For myself, I have been shown time and time again that there is a genuine and brilliant creative force that is governing. And it seems to have to do with balance. It seems, here we are with the beliefs again, that in order to have this human experience, there must be friction, which means there must be opposing forces. Light and dark, good and bad, hot and cold, so on and so forth. Those are just polarized, split perceptions of one thing. Like hot and cold is just different degrees of intensity of temperature. I think that's where people get into saying we're all gods and stuff like that. But it's funny though, because a lot of people who I know who say we're gods are struggling harder than anybody else. And I hate to call y'all out, but y'all just seem to have some cognitive dissonance going on because yes, you know these things, but haven't you realized that there's variables missing? Because why can't y'all manifest what it is that you see? And the ones who have probably haven't been fucking with me because I've been stuck somewhere on the fence. And more power to y'all. I don't mind being left behind. If I'm straggling, please cut me loose, because that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. Cutting loose stragglers and dead weight. No love lost to the individual, but I can't do that anymore. I spent 2 years drunk. I'm tired of that. By the way, got rid of that monkey. So here we are, and we're at this point in our physical world where things seem to be going deep into chaos. Not that they haven't been chaotic for quite some time now, but I don't know, maybe it's because of the internet or whatever, that we have a much greater awareness of the chaos that's existing, and there's a hunger within all of us to help it to change. Now we're back to the imagination. Your imagination is, how do I say this without sounding like a kook? Now, one, I'll say that I'm not sure of anything that I'm saying. As soon as I say I'm sure, that lets you know I'm way off the mark. But I'm going to share with you the thoughts that have been getting me through my days and helping me to create the world around me that I would like to see. Though it's a slow process and I am not where I envision myself, I am learning to size up and examine reality, see where I am, and try to find a happy middle ground between this. Something I said to the brother the other day. It's okay to ask to the creative forces for what you want, but also ask of those creative forces what they want from you. I don't believe that to be a servant of the spirit means you have to go take a vow of poverty, or that you can't have anything for yourself. Sure, you can have things for yourself, but it's if those things for yourself take over your awareness and then you become cut off, then things fall apart. Anyway, so if we're in this great imagination and we are extensions of this imagination, then we have the ability to create within this as well. And by using our imagination, which has been so blatantly disregarded and atrophied by the culture we live in, you know, you consider that just the fancy crap of children. Maybe it's not. What if it's the birthplace of reality? And those who put the most willpower into bringing their vision into fruition are the ones who set the stage for the world for the rest of us to live in. Now here, again, is a point of frustration for me. And it's part of why I'm disorganizing myself from the organizations I've previously found myself involved in. It has to be based on solidarity. It has to be based on a vision bigger than any individual in the organization, or it will breed corruption. Us humans, because that's ego shit. Ego will breed corruption. I haven't found a way around that one. So yes, I'm still me and little me, and I'm broadcasting at you through my little phone. Where I'm at is I'm working on opening self up to be a conduit for the grand imaginers, the grand designers' creation to work through me as a vessel. Now, am I batshit nuts? Possibly, but I'm making my choice, because the other side of it is batshit nuts also. I'm picking the road that makes me into a better man. And that's all I'm making these videos for. Just sharing thoughts in hopes that it'll flick the lighter that'll start the fire to get you to do what it is that you need to do to be better. Because we, in you, have the power to create, to change, to alter. It's magic. We knew that when we were kids. We knew we were living in a big magic situation. Everything was amazing. And then the big old grown-ups come in and say, the real world, you gotta make money, you gotta pay taxes, you gotta get a job. Stop messing around with these fancy visions and be a functioning member of society, so that maybe you'll get the recognition that will make you. People who follow that vision end up miserable. In my experience, they're miserable. They may have achieved some of the things that they were setting out to do, but it made them empty in the process, hollow, unaware of their own constitution and how to proceed in life, following whims and other people's crap. And I'm veering way off, and you can tell I'm a little bit fired up because I haven't been drinking here lately. Thanks for that. I'm so grateful that was over, that this is over. I did not like who I was becoming off of that liquor, the spirits. So here it is, maybe this is an admission of my own insanity. Maybe I'm sharing vision that is a part of building this new paradigm. That's what I want to believe. But I don't believe that any of my beliefs are solid. They change as I change. But what I am learning is that all that stuff that I put aside from my childhood and using my imagination was foolish. And that within that imagination, we do have the power to assist in co-creating this reality. So, for once again, I put out the call to those of y'all who feel it. You feel it? Use your imagination to help create a vision of the world that you see fit to live in, that you want to raise children in. Not just because what they've given us is something that it sucks and it's intolerable, and all we can do is numb out with our drug of choice, whether it's television, liquor, or hard drugs, or sugar, or whatever. They've left us in a position to where a lot of us, and I've been walking down that road off and on for years, we want to numb out because this shit sucks. I mean, it's no excuse to have a poor attitude. Another thing I'm learning. Anyway, I think I've rambled long enough. This will be continued. I love y'all, and that's why I make this, and that's why I'm putting myself out on the line. I don't care if you judge me. You feel free to not send any negative energy. You want to send positivity? Much appreciation, because there's a lot of work done. Because for all of you who know that this is true, or that there is at least some hinting back towards truth within these things that are being spoken, whether it's for myself or others who are doing similar work, those of y'all who are still sitting on the fence, but your heart tells you that this is true, man, I hope for you that you wake the fuck up, or allow it to take place, because the ones on the dark side sure as shit are working hard towards their agenda. So stop believing that you're powerless. I love you. Take care.